Hi Sagittarius, welcome back and welcome if you're new. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new, thank you for being here. Welcome to my fam. This is your weekly for the first week of July. However, whenever the messages resonate is when they resonate. Could be past, present, or future, or a mixture of all three. Y'all know. This is going to be a relationship spread for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. If you don't know how to check your placement in your birth chart, I have a link below showing you how to do so, as well as a link to Cafe Astrology where you can pull yours. This is again for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Real quick, let's talk about where the planets are. Mercury's in Cancer. It moves into Leo on the 26th of June. Venus is in Gemini. It moves into Cancer on July 3rd. Mars is in Cancer. It moves into Leo on July 1st. Jupiter's retrograde in Sagittarius. Saturn's retrograde in Capricorn. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune's retrograde in Pisces. Pluto's retrograde in Capricorn. And Chiron is in Aries. It goes retrograde July 8th. Excuse me. Neptune retrograde is going to be involved or associated with our mysticism, spirituality, occult matters, as well as our inner life. Our inner life will be challenged when Neptune goes retrograde. We may need to redefine how we connect deeper to more psychic and subtle aspects of the universe. I'm reading from freeastrology123.com. If you're interested, they have all of the retrograde information there, and kind of just simplifies it and breaks it down for what each planet retrograde means. And we're in the pre-shadow period of Mercury retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde July 7th. So we are still feeling some of those effects of Mercury going retrograde. Mercury will be retrograde in Leo. Yeah. So just got the Three of Pentacles that popped out. So some of you are probably working on some type of partnership, working towards partnership, or working towards self-improvement. You could be involved in a work relationship that is dealing with some type of partnership, because it's money here. Could involve money. So that just popped out. I'm going to go ahead and leave it out. It's Capricorn energy as well. So let's go ahead and get started, Sagittarius. Left side is you, right side is your person. However, it can flip-flop. This can be any relationship with anyone in your life, including the relationship you have with yourself. Doesn't always have to be a romantic relationship. It could be friendships, co-workers, friends, family, or otherwise. We're going to look at the relationship situation, the overall theme of the reading. The top part is the mental space. The middle part is the emotional space. The bottom is the behavior or the actions you appear to be taking according to your person. We're going to get advice as well as the likely outcome, and then pull oracle cards. These readings have been long. They've been really intense. There's a lot going on in the cosmos, so be prepared for a movie, just in case. Two more shuffle, Sagittarius. If you want to book a personal reading or donate to my channel, that information is below, as well as my social media information and how to order products. I'm not wearing any of my jewelry right now. That's crazy. Let me put something on. My amethyst, at least. My amethyst, my jade, my tiger's on. My chakra bracelet, and my Amazonite, and my clay quartz. All right. One more shuffle for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Overall theme of the reading: Three of Wands. Waiting to make your move, waiting to execute your plan, waiting to put your plan into motion, put the wheels into motion. Waiting on the right time to act. Right now you're probably resting in recovery mode, or doing some meditation, introspection, spending some time alone, needing some quiet time to yourself, resting your mind, or just resting in general, and waiting on the right time to make your move. You probably are doing some brainstorming or some planning in this state too. This is the relationship situation. This is the overall theme of the reading. So the relationship is probably at a rest. If you're involved with someone, you're probably taking a break to do some work on yourselves so that you can come together and work on this partnership. This does represent working towards self-improvement or building on skills that will benefit you for the future. So it could be just you could be waiting on the right opportunity or waiting on the right move. Waiting on the right moment to come back together, because you're taking a break to do some self-improvement, to work on some skills that will benefit you too in the future. Working towards your own self-improvement, and that self-improvement is also going to benefit the relationship, if that makes sense. The work that you do on yourselves individually, you'll be able to come together and build in this partnership much better, much more efficiently, equally. 2 3s. All right, your mental space. You could be spying on this person, or you could just be paying very close attention to detail. You could be paying attention to your own thoughts. You could be paying attention to the way you communicate. You could be paying attention to your person. This is about paying attention nonetheless. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy could also be, you could have some trouble with your communication, because the pages are young. This represents young or new communication or speech or thoughts, curiosity, and I was just stuttering while I was trying to talk. So you could be having trouble communicating what's on your mind. In your heart space, you could be doing some internal, a lot of meditation, a lot of introspection, seeking within. I think you are digging deep within in your heart space and doing some higher learning. I think you're paying attention to your own emotions as well, and you're discovering new things about yourself in a way, about the way you feel and why you do the things you do, why you love the way you love, why you treat people the way you do, or things that, whether it's good or bad. I think you're just learning a lot about yourself. You're doing a lot of introspection, and this is good energy. You may be learning some things that you're not pleased with, or things that you are pleased with. Virgo energy in the heart space. You appear to be following your heart, very nurturing and possibly maternal. Focusing on your own energy. Again, following your heart, being creative and intuitive. Definitely listening to your intuition. You could be very spiritual. This is my follow your heart card. I think you're doing the things that you need to do that benefit you the best or benefit you the most, and you're following your heart. Your person in the mental space, they're thinking about whatever's on their mind is burdening them. They could be feeling overwhelmed by their own thoughts, or they could feel like this situation requires a lot of strength or a lot of work or a lot of drive. This could also represent ambition, the desire to get something done, but it's a lot of work. It requires a lot of work or a lot of strength. But this person, I think, could be overwhelmed by their thoughts. I do get a sense of overwhelming energy in the mental space. It's probably overwhelmed with something that they're very passionate about. It could involve a job or something that's requires some type of creativity or artistry. With the wands here, Leo, Sagittarius, but Leo or Aries energy as well. And then we have the Two of Wands in the heart space. This person is probably doing some reassessment, trying to, with the Two of Wands in the heart space, because the Two of Wands can represent productive relationships, creative or romantic partnerships flourishing. I think this person is doing, I get a sense of reassessment, revisiting maybe what they want. Because like this Hermit is doing some introspection. I feel like this person is doing the opposite of introspection. Like you're seeking within to figure out what it is that you need. This person is seeking, looking out externally, trying to figure out what it is that they need. And it may be that they're realizing by looking around and seeing what's around them, what they do and don't want. And I think you're just doing some introspection about, I think you are paying attention to your surroundings as well with the Page of Swords here. But I think in your heart space, you're doing more introspection than anything, seeking internally and not really worried about what everybody else is doing. Not that this person is, it's just that I think that they're a little bit more concerned with the external than the internal. There is passion here and creativity. But this is a card that represents planning. This person could be trying to plan their next move or figure out where they want to go next. This is a card that's talking about like executing your plan. Maybe this person knows what they want, and they're just waiting on the right moment to put their plan into motion. This person may right now, they could be maybe the planning is like, I feel like reassessment, because like I said, like maybe there's a break. Maybe this person is reassessing their plan, reassessing their path, reassessing the course of action that they're on. I think there is some fear of loss. This person could be afraid of losing the relationship or being alone. There could be a lack of faith. This person could be having some internal struggles. They could also be having financial struggles. Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, could represent fear of loss, fear of losing a relationship or a job, but it's more so fear of loss than actual loss. I think this person is burdened by this fear. Whatever it is that they're thinking about could involve the fear, and that's probably why it's so overwhelming or burdening to them. And this person is trying to just reassess their path and figure out the best course of action. 2 more shuffles, please, Divine. Clarify the entire spread, please. I'm going to use the soul cards to clarify the spread. I do have some reversals in this deck. Oh, shit. 1 more shuffle. I don't like that. Thank you. All right. All right. For the overall theme of the reading, we have Hierophant and the 3 of Wands. So this could be a spiritual path that you're on, as we all are. You know, if you're a living creature watching this video, you're, of course, on a spiritual path, whether you're spiritual or not. And if you're not spiritual, I don't know why you're watching tarot videos, because that's just weird. This is Taurus energy with the Hierophant. With the Hierophant and the 3 of Wands here, you could be seeking mentorship or seeking advice from a spiritual advisor, hence watching this video. Or you could just be waiting on the right opportunity to, because let's see, the 3 of Wands is about putting your plan into motion, putting your plan into action. And the Hierophant deals with spirituality, higher learning. It can also represent tradition or like family, also like morals, like traditional standards or things like that. It can also represent spiritual progression or unity or marriage in a relationship. Let me look at my notes real quick. Like rules, education, higher learning, or seeking guidance. Also meditation. I think it involves higher learning. I think there is some higher learning taking place, trying to gain higher learning before the action is taken. And then the Wheel of Fortune is here with the 4 of Swords. Jupiter energy, Sagittarius energy with the Wheel of Fortune here. It's a fated situation. So even this break in the relationship is destined. It's according to the divine plan. But this is another cyclical card. So it does represent a cycle ending in a new one beginning. It represents karma, destiny. It could be a karmic cycle coming to a close, but as a cycle ends, a new one begins. So whether or not this is a new cycle with the same person or a new cycle without this person, it does represent serendipity, chance meetings, and new relationships. soul connections. For a lot, this does feel very much so like there's a break in the connection, and you guys, like I said, are working towards self-improvement and possibly coming back together. It is a situation that could result in marriage with the Hierophant here, but let's get a little bit deeper, because it doesn't necessarily have to play out that same way. It won't play out the same way for all of you, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be something different. It could just be that this situation is a karmic situation that was destined to happen for your own spiritual growth in your spiritual journey. Anyway, we have the Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords in reverse. There could be delay in communication. This is Mercury retrograde in reverse, Sagittarius energy, Mercury and Sagittarius specifically with the Eight of Wands. It represents delay in travel communication, or like ordinarily the Eight of Wands is fast moving situations, and the reverse is delay. Could also represent confusion, miscommunication, reassessing choices as well. I did get reassessment over here with, yeah, definitely reassessment. They have the Three of Wands in reverse with the Two of Wands. This person is probably reassessing in their heart space what they feel like they desire, or what they thought they wanted, or what they thought they were passionate about, or what they are passionate about, reassessing the steps that they take towards it. But anyway, the Eight of Wands is here. We got a lot of passion on the board. A lot of passion, a lot of wands, a lot of fire. You are a fire sign, so you could be dealing with another fire sign. But there's definitely miscommunication here. And as a result, it could be because of Mercury retrograde, or it could just be, I don't know what its result or what it's caused by, but there is miscommunication. Both of these two cards together represent miscommunication, because the pages are still learning how to communicate. They're still developing the communication. So these two cards definitely show miscommunications to me. Then we have the Three of Swords and the Hermit. And I think you're doing some introspection and figuring out where you need to heal. You're shining light on your darkness, and you're figuring out where you need to heal. You're reassessing your heart space, probably doing some heart chakra work. Doing a lot of meditation and figuring out where you need to healing from any past trauma or heartbreak. Yeah, that looks really good. Whether or not that feels good right now, or whether or not you're confident with it. We have 3, 3, 3, right? 3. A lot of threes here. Three of Swords, Three of Wands twice, and then the Three of Pentacles. Then we have the Nine of Wands with the Queen of Cups. The Nine of Wands in reverse, the Wounded Warrior. In the reverse, this is my push through card, but in the reverse, this is a card of someone who wants to quit, who's ready to throw the wands down and just say, fuck this shit, I'm out. Like, I'm not doing this. This is hard. I'm tired. I'm beat up. But I think with the Queen of Wands here, you're emotionally very balanced and strong. Intuitively, you know that everything is fine and you can make it. But I think the Nine of Wands probably represents your ego. Very passionate, having a lot of love and passion and desire, but being tired and stressed. Having a little bit of loss of will, being slightly insecure or doubting your own strength, doubting your ability to push through this situation because it is difficult, and you are facing yourself and you're doing some healing. We are all doing some deep healing. Chiron going retrograde represents deep wounds. Pluto is all about transformation and rebirth. Jupiter is going to make us see areas where we have overindulgence or extreme behaviors or addictions or obsessions. Saturn is balancing out karmic energies, karmic situations. All of these happening. Neptune being retrograde. All of those are gonna make us do some deep self-realizations and healing. It's taking place for us, and I feel like you are kind of willingly riding the waves. And it's so much easier when you kind of go with the flow rather than try to swim against the current. So I feel like you're doubting your own strength, but you are surviving. You're very strong, and you're very emotionally stable, even though you probably are very passionate and feel very overwhelmed and tired and want to quit. Deep down inside, you're strong enough, and your divine feminine within you is keeping you afloat. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles over here with this Ten of Wands on your person's mind. Sheesh. This person, they could be having some financial struggles, because the Ten of Pentacles could represent money problems, financial drains, financial problems because of family, or just responsibilities, just like too many responsibilities are draining them. The Ten of Wands, like in the reverse, could represent like biting off more than you could chew, but I feel like this person is just like overburdened or overwhelmed with their own responsibilities. Could be financial responsibilities as well. Virgo energy, Capricorn or Taurus as well. It can also represent misunderstandings involving money or disappointments. This person, I feel like, is closing out their own cycles as well, because we have 2 tens here. But whatever this is, it's causing a lot of burden. It could involve money. It could involve money. I feel like this person is oppressed by they feel overwhelmed with their responsibilities right now. Maybe they just feel like they need a break. Like, simply put, generally, feels like this person is just really overwhelmed with their own responsibilities, trying to figure out where they want to go next, reassessing what they're passionate about, what they truly desire, and figuring out the best course of action to get to it. They're not making any plans. I mean, they're not making any moves right now with the Three of Wands in the reverse with the Two of Wands. I don't want to say not making any progress, but they're not taking any actions. They're still reassessing, because this could represent a pause, the Three of Wands. It's already a pause in the upright, but they possibly had unrealistic expectations previously with the Three of Wands in reverse, or they wanted something, they wanted a free ride, and now they're realizing that they're going to have to reapproach their revisit their, or reassess their approach. That's what I want to say. They have to reapproach the situation another way. They have to approach the situation another way. They have to reassess their approach. That's what I want to say. Because they could be frustrated because things aren't going their way, but they could have had unrealistic expectations about the way things are supposed to go, and they're reassessing their approach or their plan, their course of action towards this because of this realization. Maybe they just have too much on their plate right now, and they couldn't dedicate the time or energy that they needed towards the situation, and now they're realizing that they can't get a free ride. They're going to have to reassess their approach towards their desires or the things that they're passionate about. Then we have the Ace of Wands with the Five of Pentacles. Again, a lot of wands here, but the Ace of Wands being in the reverse represents delays. Could also be spiritual blocks, again, misunderstandings and disappointments. This person has a lot of disappointments on their side. They could be having some extreme financial, I don't want to say extreme, but they could be having a lot of financial they could be having financial problems or being overwhelmed by finances, or having a lack of finances or a lack of time, energy, or effort to put towards this situation or to put towards this relationship. But there's disappointment here. They could be afraid of losing this connection or afraid of losing their job. They could be working really hard at work but still not making enough money. Can also show communication problems within a relationship. Due to fear, possibly. It could very well be problems due to fear. I mean, problems communicating due to fear. We have a lot of pentacles here too, a lot of earth energy. Let's get some advice, 3 cards of advice. Some 3 cards of advice for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Nine of Swords in reverse. 7 of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups in the upright. We got the Queen of Cups here twice. What is on my cards? All right, Nine of Swords in reverse. I just read this card in a reading by accident, but you know, there are no accidents. This card in the reverse, being controlled by fear and worry. Use tools like visualization and journaling to work through these issues. Challenge yourself with powerful questions. I think you may be feeling a little bit, having a little bit of fear, but I feel like that card is more so for your person. You could be doubting your own strength, but deep down, like I said, deep down inside, you intuitively know that you're strong enough and emotionally mature enough to handle this. It's just probably slightly overwhelming for you right now, but not nearly as much as it is for this person. You're handling it a lot better. I think this person is more so ridden with fears than you are, because I think they are having problems communicating and making plans towards their desires because they're so overburdened by their own responsibilities and also fear. Excuse me. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I mean, in the upright. There's something on my cards. Some sticky. All right. The patience and kindness required to grow and sustain a life of value and beauty. This is all about patience, planting seeds. It's like planting a tree, a peach tree or a pear tree or whatever. The fruit is going to be the last thing to bloom or to come into fruition. It's about having the patience, knowing that things take time, and seeing the beauty in the process. Having the patience with yourself through this transformation, and also having the patience with your person as they go through their own transformation, as you both work on skills towards self-improvement and skills towards the long term. Then maybe you can come together and put your plan into action and make progression, or waiting for the opportunity to come into unity after this work is done, is what I'm getting from that. But having the patience and the kindness towards yourself during this process. The Queen of Cups, again, following your heart, being emotionally balanced and mature. Open to sensuality, seeker of desires and potent pleasures, rich empathy, creativity, and understanding within oneself and within the connection. Rich empathy, creativity, and desire. I think the desire to push forward is strong. The desire to follow your heart is strong. And that's why you'll be able to push through. Even though this situation, this energy is here that's temporary, the Queen of Cups is going to trump that. It's going to allow you to push through. And we have the Queen of Cups here twice. Let's get the likely outcome for you, Sag. 3 cards for the likely outcome, please. Two more shuffles, please. Let's get 3 cards for the likely outcome for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Oh, the 6 of Wands just showed itself. I'm gonna pull 3 cards anyway, because that just kind of jumped out on its own. Okay. All right. There will be success. There will be victory. This is a card of celebration. Could involve weddings, babies, celebrations of all kinds, life events, major life events, new jobs. It represents success of all kinds. So there will be success no matter what, right? We have the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Could also be Taurus or Virgo. Represents it's the card that represents self-sufficiency, generosity, warmth, focusing on your own energy. It could also represent financial stability, being responsible with your time, energy, effort, and also money. Being practical, being warm-hearted, But also, like I said, focusing on your own energy, making sure that all is well within before you try to take care of someone else, making sure you're right first, right? This could represent wishful thinking or distractions, or the need to be discerning, right? You could have a lot of options open up for you, and you need to pay attention to detail here. And I think you will be paying attention to detail because we have that page of swords come up. So with the 7 of cups here, this is Scorpio energy. Could also be Cancer or Pisces. Definitely says to be discerning here. This is telling you to wait and see. I feel like this situation is gonna require a lot of patience from you. You might be waiting for a while, and I feel like you may have a lot of distractions come along the way while you're waiting on while you're waiting for the situation to play out. This can also represent emotional choices. I feel like it's like a warning. I feel like it is a warning. You're going to be presented with something that's going to be like a distraction, or that's going to entice you to make an emotional choice or decision. Or this may just be your own wishful thinking. Be discerning, and don't make any emotional choices. Can also represent temporary success. I'm going to have to clarify that. I think I want to clarify that. Then we have the 9 of Wands in the upright. Again, the Wounded Warrior, my push through card. I think this is like you seeing the future success of this situation, seeing the finish line, being able to push through, maybe being a little bit tired, taking a break, Sagittarius energy, but being able to push through. Being able to push through the obstacles nonetheless. You could be discerning illusions very clearly. Yeah, this is a card that represents resilience. So pushing through, like I said, like one last challenge. Maybe this one last challenge is this situation that's going to require for you to be very discerning and to make sure you don't make an emotional choice. Maybe that's the last challenge that you have to push through to close this cycle. Let me clarify the 7 of Cups. Because success is in sight, and at this point, it's like you've turned this energy around with this 9 of Wands here. You've gotten back in your power, and you see this. You no longer have doubt in your success. You can see the success. You can see the success. It's like no more smoke and mirrors. You can see the success. Clarify the 7 of Cups, please. 2 more. 1, 2. Okay. Yeah, okay. So the 2 of Swords comes up, and this is a card that represents like needing time to think. It's Moon and Libra energy. Could also be Aquarius or Gemini. Mental energy, intellectual energy, right? Mercury, is that Mercury? Why am I getting Mercury? No, that's Moon and Libra. I think maybe you're going to be extremely discerning, maybe because Mercury's retrograde. Maybe you're just going to be extremely discerning, like, nope, I need time to think. I'm not going to make an emotional choice. I'm not just going to pick the first thing I see. I'm going to take my time and make the right decision because I know I can see my success. I don't want to make the right move. I'm tired. I've been on this journey. I'm ready to wrap up this cycle. I can literally see the success. I'm going to focus on my own energy until this shit is clear so that I don't make the wrong decision, so that I don't make an emotional choice. Focus on my energy and make sure I'm paying attention to myself. Making sure that I'm paying attention to myself and all my needs are met before I make this decision, because I'm ready to push through this chapter and get to my success is what I'm seeing. That's what I'm getting. All right. This is good, Sag. Let's get some romance angels. 3 cards for Sagittarius, please. 1 more shuffle. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. This is about releasing your idea of the way things should play out. Excuse me. This situation is going to require a lot of patience. I don't know how much. It's going to vary from situation to situation. However, let go of the way that you think things should unfold and just focus on your own energy. There will be success, but it's going to require a lot of patience. It's going to require for you to address any fears that you may have. And fear is probably why you want to control everything, because that's ego-based. So you may need to be, or you may be doing some ego healing here. That may be what you're in hermit mode doing, which I feel like it's exactly what's happening. But there may be some fine-tuning to your ego taking place. That may be part of the self-improvement that's taking place. You're learning new skills for the long term that benefit you, that allow you to be discerning and to make responsible choices, not based on your emotions, or out of fear. You know, you won't have any fears about the way things play out, because you'll know that what's for you is for you. There's not enough attraction here to keep this relationship going. Unrequited love, there is an imbalance here. And if there are fear-based decisions being made, that is an imbalance. This person is burdened, I feel like, by their own responsibilities. And you still have some healing to do as well. You could be having a little bit of self-doubt in this situation right now because of that healing that's taking place. But I think you're very aware and you're paying attention to those areas where things are a little bit unclear. Because we got the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Wands both on your side in reverse. So I think you are paying attention. You're very aware and you're pushing through. Like I said, you are pushing through. You will be if you aren't right now. You could be having imbalances within yourselves individually, and that's creating the imbalance within the relationship. That's why it's at a rest until this cycle can close, while you're working on self-improvement. It's like you're going into your corner working on yourself, your person's going into theirs, and then maybe you can come back together in a unity when the time is right. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Don't let your fears manifest. Don't feed your fears. You feed your fears by constantly allowing them to come up. As soon as you have fears that come up in your mind, you have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Shine some light on them. Figure out where they're coming from. Deal with that shit. Heal with that shit. Feel that shit. Heal that shit. You know what I'm saying? How I always say. You got to deal with it. You got to sit with it. You got to be honest with yourself. You can't suppress those emotions. They will come up. They definitely are coming up. So the way you deal with them is going to be the way you, how you choose to deal with them is going to determine how well the situation, or how much easier the situation is going to go for you. 3 cards of advice for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. Accept what is dying, strengthen your gifts, and ask with sincerity. All right. Accept that this situation right now is not thriving. You're not going to be making any progress if you don't make self-progress. There needs to be progress towards yourself first. So like I said, there probably just needs to be a break in this connection in order to thrive, if you're gonna come back together and make it work. Accept what is dying. Accept what is dying is all about acknowledging what's not working. What is not being fruitful, what is not blooming, right? And just being honest about it. Just being honest and being kind about that energy. And just like addressing whatever it is that you've been feeding that's not living. You know what I'm saying? So that you can stop wasting your energy on it. Strengthen your gifts. Strengthening your gifts is all about building on your creativity, building on your strong points, working towards self-improvement, building on any skills that you already have, or learning new skills. Gifts is also, wands energy, passionate energy, creativity. If you're an artist or if you're talented, maybe the time you spend alone away from this person Could involve strengthening your gifts, your talents, any special skills you have. Jupiter's retrograde in Sagittarius is going to be showing us new talents and skills that we have that we may not have been aware of before. So your time apart from this person could be spent strengthening your gifts. That could be a nice distraction, and it's also going to be something that, is beneficial towards you. It's going to still go towards your self-improvement. Because if it puts you in a childlike state, or it helps you feel lighthearted, or if it puts you in the vibration of love, then that is beneficial towards your healing and towards your progress. Ask with sincerity for whatever you need from the divine, and also from your counterpart and from yourself. Especially while you're doing this healing, when you identify areas where you need healing and you identify your triggers, ask yourself with sincerity, be very honest and be very kind and be very patient with yourself as you heal. Healing is a very tedious process, and it's a very very intimate process. You have to be kind to yourself because it's not easy. Let's get 3 cards for the likely outcome from the Kipper deck. I knew this was going to be another movie. Sorry. 2 more shuffles, please. Show me the likely outcome for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. 1 more. All right. Sudden wealth, thoughts, and community. All right. So you could be coming up on some money. Or this could be a person too. Their finances could be taking a major turn. Or again, Sagittarius, if both sides are you and you're struggling with your finances, you could be getting lucky. And sudden wealth could involve money, or it could involve something else of value. Let's look at the book. You could be coming into it very suddenly, though, whatever it is. I think this is a card that will give a time frame on here as well, so I'll mention that. All right. Number 11. This card shows up a monetary gift larger than anticipated, tax refund, or bingo win. It can also be a close, it could be, let's see, your luck could turn around. Hold on. No. Sorry. Yeah, your luck could turn around. With the Wheel of Fortune here, someone's luck is definitely turning around. Could be your luck in this connection, or individually. It doesn't have to be within this situation. I mean, not the situation, but within the connection. You can feel safe now. Sudden wealth announces success, affluence. We do have the 6 of Wands, right? Yeah, there's going to be success. This is automatic. This is for sure. Affluence, gain, or profit in a job. It can also shows a secure partnership. Unlimited. You can draw on unlimited resources for the moment, but avoid being wasteful or boastful. This is money you don't have to work for, such as lottery winnings, a bonus, or found money, or an inheritance. When it's not about money, it could be described as a lot. It can describe a nearby card as a lot. Okay, so someone could be thinking very, very heavily about you, Sagittarius, and I feel like that is very strong. Somebody could be thinking very heavily about you. They could be talking to people about you, friends and family, because community is here. They could be talking about you, or yeah, this person probably is, for a lot of you, this person is probably thinking about you a whole lot and talking about you, or asking about you, asking your friends about you, trying to get in touch with you, or vice versa. You could be trying to get in touch with them. You could be thinking very, very heavily about your person, because thoughts are here. And this represents positive thinking. Could also be an artist here. It represents concerns, preoccupations, or obsessions. Could also represent thoughts may reveal things you didn't want to know. It also can be, it can indicate contemplation. So this could be like heavy contemplation while this break is occurred. is occurring. There could be a lot of contemplation. You guys could both be thinking very heavily about each other during this break. That makes a lot of sense. It reveals consideration or your opinion or the thoughts of others. Could also indicate thinking about love or a person and feeling firmly connected to someone. It seems somewhat platonic in love matters. Can also show memories or ideas. It encourages you to reflect thoroughly and to explore new ideas. And then community is here. And this is the last card in the deck. This is an enabling and positive card. Cheerful and stoic work class. The gardener, the flower card. Let's see. This card literally means friends and community. More abstractly, it's about support, being understood, and finding the place where you belong. Since your community is always there for you, the timing of this card is ongoing. Oh, wow. I think this person is always thinking about you. Somebody's like always, whether it's you thinking about them or they're thinking about you, they're thinking very heavily about you all the time. This card describes people with whom you feel connection, family, friends, relatives, and any like-minded persons. It can also describe groups, unions, or associations. And questions about partnership, it describes harmonious relationship. A harmonious relationship. In professional terms, it stands for a good teamwork or a positive working atmosphere. It can also indicate, I'm just making up shit. Having good people around you, family, friends, family and true friends, loyalty, cooperation, group efforts, helping each other when needed. It can also, let's see. Yeah. Any of those ways I interpreted this, it could apply to you. But I feel like you are both probably thinking very heavily about each other, or one or the other of you are thinking very heavily about the other, probably asking other people about the other, or talking to other people about, or you feel very closely connected to this person. That's why they're very heavily on your mind. And I feel like this person is gonna be on your mind, or you're gonna be on their mind during this break very heavily, because you feel very closely connected. And for that reason, a lot of you may reconnect, or take a break and come back together. There will be success nonetheless, though. So don't fret. Everything will work out. But again, just have patience with yourself during this process. And I feel like you won't stay in any mode of self-doubt for too long, Sagittarius. So if you would like to book a personal reading, or this reading resonated, you want to comment, please do. Please like and subscribe. Connect with me on Instagram, Instantgo. All my social media platforms are linked below, as well as how to book a personal, how to donate. I plan on getting attuned to give Reiki soon, and I'll be able to do distance healing. So please donate to that cause should you feel inclined to my PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, whatever. And thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye, Sag.